If you decided not to get a Pro iPhone, but you want to shoot Apple Log and be able to shoot cinematic video, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you how you can take your normal iPhone video from this to this in just a few simple steps. So let's get moving. You join me here in the Lake District in the UK, which is a great location to show you how to shoot in log on your non-Pro iPhone. Plus a couple of extra tricks to help your video look more cinematic and professional just from a normal iPhone. As you probably already know, shooting log on an iPhone is usually exclusive to the Pro models. So how can we shoot log on a standard iPhone like my iPhone 16? Well, we can do this by using one app that also enables us to level up our videos in a few other ways. So in this video, we're going to be using the Pro Camera by Moment app, which I have installed here on my normal iPhone 16. Within the Pro Camera app, we have full manual control over our photos and videos. To switch to video shooting, we're going to use the mode button here. Then within video mode, we have control over our shutter speed, our ISO, our white balance, and manual focus. To start shooting in log, here next to our resolution, we have our color profiles. We can shoot in a standard Rec 709, a flat profile, or moment log. So for this video, I'm going to show you using moment log. Great, so now we're filming in log, job done. But no, it now looks all low contrast, desaturated, mushy, and flat, just like it would from a dedicated camera like this. So we need to do a few things to be able to get our video looking the way we want it. Before we get into the steps of how to improve our video output, one thing I like to do is improve our video input. And one of the ways you can do this is by using a display LUT. This is something you can do on many dedicated hybrid and video cameras, and we can do this inside the Pro Camera app, just by tapping on this button here. I'm going to use this LUT from Sir, which you can find on the Moment store. This is his Apple Log to ARRI Rec 709 LUT. But as nice as this LUT is, I don't want to have this baked into my footage. So actually we can tap on this button here to use this as a display only LUT. This means that I can use this to preview my contrast and colour in my shots, but I still have the log picture profile to give myself more flexibility when editing in post. Next, we want to fix our motion blur because there isn't any. As you can see from this dedicated camera right now, this is what happens with our iPhone when we don't control our shutter speed. All the motion looks jittery and a lot like an action camera. This is because we want our shutter speed to be double our frame rate. And a lot of the times, iPhones will use shutter speed to compensate for bright exposures, which leads to this. And it's not very nice. So we want to turn this all the way down to double our frame rate. And now we should have some nice, fluid, natural looking motion blur. So how do we do this in our Pro Camera app? To set our shutter speed to double our frame rate, I'm at 4K 25 FPS because I live in a PAL area. We use 25, not 24. So I then want to set my shutter speed here to 1/50th of a second. And this gives me that nice, lovely, natural, smooth motion blur. But of course, as you can see, we have now created a much worse, much brighter problem. Our image is now crazy overexposed. What we need now to compensate for our bright exposure is one of these. This is an ND filter, more specifically a Moment Variable ND filter. So we can attach this using one of our Moment T-Series lenses to be able to control our exposure. I'm going to use this 58mm Moment T-Series lens with the filter thread adapter attached to the front. So with this lens attached to my iPhone 16, I can now attach any filter I want onto my phone. Before I attach my variable ND filter to help with controlling exposure, I actually also want to use a diffusion filter. So we're going to use a 20% Cinebloom filter from Moment. We're going to put this on the front of the lens, and then we're going to stack the variable ND filter on top. This means I have a diffusion filter to remove any sort of digital edge from my smartphone footage, and then I have an ND filter to help me manually control my exposure without needing to touch my shutter speed. Now we have our final result. We've changed the shooting in a log picture profile, corrected our shutter speed to be double our frame rate, attached a T-series lens, then a Cinebloom filter and variable ND filter. And then I've actually chosen to color grade this footage with another of Sir's color grading tools from the Moment store. This is using Sir's Film Vision Power Grade. And you can use this with any footage from any camera, including Moment Log from the Pro Camera app, by using his Apple Log conversion LUTs, and then his Film Vision LUTs and his Power Grade. Everything we've used in this video, from the camera case, to the lens, to the filters, to the color grading tools, can be found on the Moment store. And if you're interested in shooting in RAW photo format on your non-Pro iPhone, I highly recommend going to watch this video next, because that's going to show you everything you need to shoot Pro RAW photos on your non-Pro iPhone.